They'd come here with high hopes, particularly in cycling. Mark Cavendish, of course, one of the big world stars on the roads. Not here, unfortunately. It was a bit of a late decision. And they also had two of their gymnasts, unfortunately, got injured in training here in Delhi. Unfortunately, not able to take part. But nonetheless, they've got one or two, well, outside chances of medals, perhaps. And they got one of the youngest competitors from the home countries, young Aileen George, is taking part in the archery. She's just 14 years of age. What an experience this must be.
The Jamaican team in bright yellow, led by Simone Forbes, one of the netball players. Jamaica has won medals in all of the games it's entered. Of course, responsible for one very notable absence this year, Steve.
Well, no Usain Bolt, and unfortunately not even Asafa Powell, who ran so well in Melbourne 2006. A lot of their big stars missing. And just to give you a strength, or an idea of their strength and depth, particularly in track and field, Lerone Clark, you won't have heard of him. He could well win the 100 metres, and he's probably about their 5th or 6th. He probably wouldn't normally get in their relay team. They'll still be good in track and field, though, no doubt about that.
It's been a big disappointment to Indians as well. That definitely would have been a crowd draw, Usain Bolt.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is Jersey.
The athletes from Jersey, led by Karina Bisson, member of the bowls team. And Karina is appearing in her 5th games, which is quite an achievement.
And here we have Kenya now. This is a country that gained independence back in 1963. And coming in with their flag is Ezekiel Kemboi Cheboy.
Well, Ezekiel Kemboi, one of the big stars of world athletics in the steeplechase. He's the Olympic champion, world champion. He's a big name for their team. They haven't brought all of their stars here, but they will be tough to beat as ever in the distance events. One or two of them certainly will be arriving late. They said they're going to fly in only a day or two before their events, like Sir Vivian Chariot, one of the favourites to win the 5,000 metres. And, well, of course, Kenya, such a rich heritage in the Commonwealth Games. Great names like Kip Keino and Ben Jipcho, Henry Rono.
And a lot of these West African countries, of course, have strong links and ties to India. Many Indians living there. And I think Indians will obviously be watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kiribati.
Led by David Katuatu, a weightlifter, formerly the Gilbert Islands. Granted independence back in 1979. We're talking here about 33 islands forming this nation, spread across a vast area of 2,500 miles. They've never won a medal at the Games, but they can't be faulted for enthusiasm and goodwill.
They might not have won a medal, but I'd take one of their t-shirts. They're fun.
Lesotho, a landlocked kingdom, another landlocked kingdom in southern Africa. We mentioned Botswana earlier. Magnificent national dress. Selouane Saweli competing in athletics.
I'll take one of those hands, thank you.
Sorry, thank you. She's the African high jump champion this year. She had a great African championships. That's a competition which is growing and developing as well. Good hat. Now we mentioned netball, carrying the flag for Malawi. Mary Waya is a big star in the world of netball. She gave the Malawi team gave England a bit of a fright last year, and she had the Player of the Match award on that occasion. Just a little hold up because rather unusually the athletes as they come in are walking around and they've been placed in the seats in the arena, those white seats you can see. Then there's just a little bit of a queue starting to develop.
Just about on the move again. So the team from Malawi, and now we have the Malaysians just taking a gentle pace into the stadium. Off they go, led by a bowls player, Siti Zalina Ahmed. He's aiming to be the first Malaysian to win 3 gold medals.
Yet again, another country that has strong links with India, with a lot of Indians, ethnic Indians in Malaysia.
They've got a large team as well, Malaysia. Take part in lots of sports, some of the team sports as well. Got 1 or 2 defending champions in badminton. The singles champion, Lee Chong Wei, is back to try and win his 2nd gold medal.
And now it's time to welcome Maldives.
Another of South Asian countries, Maldives, a group of islands that is threatened by global warming, of course. They're very, very worried there, the president for sure. It's a small team here. And the flag bearer is Mueena Mohamed, who's a table tennis player.
Didn't they hold a cabinet meeting underwater before the UN conference on
It was
climate
actually
change?
underwater, I think, Steve.
Yes, and just to try and draw attention to the very fact
Yep,
that you've said
they're
islands
very
are
worried
under
that they're going to be underwater soon, and they're actually buying land elsewhere, just in case.
That could catch on, that idea.
The Maltese, led by Rebecca Madyson, silver medalist in the women's clay pigeon trap back in 2006. There she is. They have 21 athletes competing in 5 sports here in Delhi.
Our next guests are Mauritius.
Another Indian Ocean island, again with a lot of ethnic Indians who are from Mauritius, and I think a lot of our audience back in England will resonate with this island. This is flag bearer Ricardo Collin, who's a boxer, and there's a small team here of just 55 who they're going to be competing in 7 sports. It's a beautiful island, I believe. I haven't been.
Ricardo Collin carrying the flag, light welterweight, went to the Olympics, reached the last 16s. He's a good boxer. Had some good athletes over the years. Remember Stephen Buckland from Mauritius a few years ago, almost stole the World Championship title back in 2001 when Christian Malcolm was in that race as well. Christian Malcolm will be here for Wales, of course. We'll be seeing them later on.
Three of the home teams still to come. Northern Ireland won't be too long before they come in, and then Scotland and Wales to follow towards the end of this parade. Peter Semper leading the way for Montserrat, one of the Leeward Islands in the Eastern Caribbean. Population there of just 6,000.
Please extend a warm welcome to Mozambique.
Here's an interesting entrant here, Mozambique, because Mozambique actually has no formal historical link to Britain, but was admitted to the Commonwealth in 1995. One of the athletes, Kurt Kuto, is the flag bearer.
He must be a popular lad. He got that job in Beijing as well. A lot of the teams actually vote to decide who's going to carry the flag for them. Some of them are appointed by their officials, but lots of them these days do have a little vote, which I think is right.
Namibia,
sorry, here, I was just to say that whenever you see the flag in Namibia, we always think of one person and one person only, Frankie Fredericks, the great Frankie Fredericks. I don't know why you become... Frankie's just... There's always... He has this... The great gets put in front of his name all the time. The great Frankie Fredericks. Lovely man.
All the
Jafet
drummers are back
Uutoni,
out.
the boxer.
Sorry.
And as Tinka was saying,
All the drummers are coming back out again. All the tribal drummers here.
so as we have the parade of athletes around the rim of the arena, if you like, as Tinka was saying, being filled now with thousands of drummers in the centre of this arena. The Namibians are in. Nauru, being led by Ite Detenama, who's a weightlifter. Nauru, which was first known as Pleasant Island, became the world's smallest republic in 1968. All their medals so far being in weightlifting.
There was a great little story that the new president of Nauru is Marcus Stevens, who's won 7 gold medals in weightlifting, and the weightlifters have said, we're now absolutely convinced we're going to go to every games now with proper funding because the president is behind us, and why not? Well, this is New Zealand coming in, and they'll have a big team here, 191 athletes, and carrying the flag for them. We've mentioned netball on a couple of occasions. This is Irene Van Dyke, actually competed initially for South Africa, now over 100 caps in netball for New Zealand, and she was one of the great images of the last games when they beat Australia in the final. The Silver Ferns will be going for another gold medal. And as the New Zealand team come in, I think Sonali has got a couple of the England team members with her down at the trackside, as I'd call it.
Joined now by Anthony Clark and Mariana Agathangalu, badminton players for England. What's it like being here for Delhi 2010 inside the Nehru Stadium for the opening ceremony?
It's an amazing feeling. Coming to any games and taking part in the opening ceremony is awesome. You know, it's the kickstart to the games. Everybody's dead excited, and obviously tomorrow we start competing, and this is just the start of, you know, big and better things to come.
It's good that you've come despite the fact that you're competing tomorrow.
Yeah, well, hopefully we should be all right tomorrow, and you know, this is a massive experience for anyone to have, and you know, it's going to have an impact on how we're going into the games, and we're all just feeling really excited and motivated now, so it's really cool.
And everyone happy with the athletes village now?
It's great. You know, obviously there was all the speculation of what it was going to be like, but it's been fantastic. The food's great, everything's as it kind of should be, and you know, we're just ready to compete now.
And what's team morale been like? It must be amazing, the atmosphere, now that most people are here. Yeah,
it's wicked. Most of the athletes have come now, so the athletes village is buzzing, and as a badminton team we all get on really well and we're proper tight, so yeah, we're just going in really positive.
Well, the best of luck for the badminton. Enjoy the rest of the ceremony. See you guys.
Thank you.
Good to hear from some of the England team who've already taken their places here in the Nehru Stadium. The Nigerians joining us now, led by Faith Obiora, who competes in the para table tennis. 3 of the 4 goals picked up in 2006 were by athletes with a disability. Nigeria having a very busy year because celebrating 50 years of independence this year.
There was some worry about the para athletes because of the accommodation, but I think they've sorted all those out now.
Just a few minutes to go before the athletes of Northern Ireland join us here in the stadium.
Well, the parade now switches to a clockwise direction, and leading them is the small team from the South Pacific, Paradise Island, it says in front of me here, of Niue, and I'm sure it is. They have a very strong relationship with New Zealand, and they say their flag, that the yellow of the flag, represents the warmth of their relationship with New Zealand.
Well, they competed for the first time just in 2002, so they're recent comers. Population, wait for this, of just 1,300 people in the South Pacific.